Hey guys, welcome back to rhrjen. I'm so glad you're here. Guys, today I have such a good show for you. We are talking St. Meghan Markle. Now, that is that Reddit group that they break down a lot of the news going on with Harry and Meghan, and boy, are they up to some stuff. So I thought we could take a look and talk about it and get our feelings out there about all of it. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments, as all of those really helps YouTube to recommend my channel, and I sincerely appreciate it. Also, a huge thank you to everybody who's hit the hype button for me. I've gotten so many comments of people that are doing that, and that really helps my videos and it helps my channel grow. So thank you for that. And then the last thing to remind you, I do have my second channel. It's Goose Adventures, where I'm detailing how I lost 140 pounds. And I did it drug-free and surgery-free, and I'm talking about what I did, what I ate, how I worked out, how I continue to work out, all that stuff. So you can find all that over there. Today, I have a new video dropping, probably a little later today, about fall and healthy fall recipes and what to do when you hit a weight loss plateau. So check that out if you're interested. Now, let's talk St. Meghan Markle, shall we? Because lots of stuff going on with Harry and Meghan these days. So starting with this shared by Polyester Nation, and it says the slew of articles published since the meeting show exactly why King Charles breaking the no contact with hairball was such a terrible idea. All of this nonsense about the men in gray suits trying to stall peace talks, whispers of establishment stitch-ups, press taking sides, rumors of King and Prince of Wales at odds, sabotage. Beastie Boys, anybody? Sabotage. All of this stems from that one bloody meeting. It gave fuel to the moronic pair. I hope the chat with your dear boy was worth it, Charles. So let me know in the comments below if you feel this way as well. It is looking like that's the case, unfortunately. Now, I do understand as a parent about wanting to meet with your child. I don't know. I've been over it, but I think King Charles needs to get tougher with them, especially Harry. That's what I'm saying on that. Okay, Harry and Meghan will do anything to get their names and some lines in media. They did it with Jane Goodall's passing. If you guys didn't see it, I made a whole tribute to Jane Goodall, and I go into exactly that, how awful they were in that. I can't even call it a tribute. Their self-dedication, where they talk about themselves in the context of Jane's passing. Sickening display. So definitely go take a look at that in case you missed it. But basically they did the we know her, or rather she knows us and our Archie, forever grasping at relevance. I almost said relatives, which is kind of funny slip. Relevance and attention to people, events, and subjects completely unrelated to them and their bubble. A meeting with King Charles is going to be milked for years to come. That's kind of how I feel as well. This is so sick and not surprising. And they took no pictures. Why? I guess they didn't know Robert Redford. Oh, I hate that Robert Redford passed. I heard about that too. I guess, or we would have heard about that as well. I think that's a really funny comment, actually. Yeah. At this point, Harry has already stooped so low, it's unfathomable for a healthy person. Given the Machiavellian way Harry manipulates, Waz's next step will be to demand that King Charles pay to play with his own grandchildren. I thought this was such a brilliant comment, and yeah, I'm actually surprised I hadn't thought about this, and I'm surprised they hadn't thought about this. They probably have, or bill somebody for time, something like that. I don't know. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Okay, Remarkable Raisin says it all stems from the secret meeting. I use that because we all know it wasn't a secret meeting because there happened to be photographers there, and I don't think it was King Charles that set that up. I think it was, in my opinion, who would have more to gain from that? Hank and Skank would. It stems from the secret meeting on the balcony with 3 people who were publicly photographed. Exactly. All right. King Charles III is so far above the fray, it barely registers on his radar. The Harkles are like a buzzing fly. Annoying, yes, but who holds the fly? What did I just say? Fly, the giant fly swatter, the king. That's who. Shoo. All right. It was obviously worth it because as soon as H mentioned the men in gray suits for the umpteenth time, the senior royals wore gray suits. Now, I also talk about that. I just did a video specifically about William and Catherine both. I talk about William in this new episode of is it called Reluctant Traveler, I think? And I talk about Catherine and her visit to the RAF and how beautiful she looked in her gray, but they all wore gray. In fact, hold on let me finish reading this and I'll show you the picture because I have a picture of it. But it's as soon as H mentioned the men in gray suits for the umpteenth time, the senior royals wore gray suits all on the same day. He will have recognized that for what it was, and I hope he's seething. Oh, me too. In case you missed it, did you see this? The senior working royals all wore gray suits on the same day. I talk about this in a video where I'm specifically talk about William and Catherine. I love them. And I did a Prince and Princess of Wales video where I talk about her visiting the RAF. And I talk about Prince of Wales and his being on, I believe it's called The Reluctant Traveler. So yeah, definitely check out that video in case you missed it because it's all about what those two are up to. But let's take a look. I have it here. Here you go. So we have the Duchess of Gloucester. I hope I'm saying that right. King Charles, Catherine, Princess of Wales, and we have Prince William all in gray on the same day. How lovely is that? I'm so excited to see that. I think that's brilliant and fantastic and so not a coincidence. It's like when do you remember when Catherine, I think it was a lot of royal women, including maybe Pippa, maybe even Carol Middleton. A lot of them wore, even Sophie wore that beautiful, it was like a deep berry color. It was it the Christmas concert? It was something like that. And it was after the Meghan's ludicrous claims about not being able to wear the same color. They all wore the same color. I think that's fantastic. By the way, today my name is rhrjen because I don't know if it shows up as purple. There you go. I didn't know if it looked black on camera, but I'm wearing purple today. So instead of aubergine, I did rhrjen. So there you go. Also, I tried for Catherine, Princess of Wales hair today. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I love the men in gray suits thing. I thought that was really, really funny and good for them. Good for them for doing that. I love that they have a sense of humor. All right, let's go back. So then we have neither the Twerkles is capable of any type of critical thinking. Yeah, that is very true. I honestly don't think Harry will ever fathom how despicable his behavior is. He doesn't have the insight. Yeah, I think so too. I think about that too. Like, is he ever just playing? No, I don't. I think he's just that dumb. I think, I think the whole world revolves in their opinion, in their minds, the whole world revolves around Harry and Meghan, but in different ways. Harry's revolves around his victim complex and being like, I don't even want to make it, I'm not making excuses for him, but it's like he's stunted or something. And then Meghan is just a whole different kind of, again, I'm not diagnosing, but she sort of seems like a narcissist to me. So it seems like a narcissist with the world revolving around her. So it's interesting to see the two of them, I don't know, to go through life like that, right? Okay. You are 100% spot on. I say spot on, spot on. Tom Bauer nailed it. Oh, I can't wait for his new book. If anybody finds out the date of that, by the way, let me know because I will be covering that. If you don't know, I went through Revenge. That was one of my favorite books I ever covered. I've covered a bunch of books here on the channel, but Revenge was amazing. I liked Lady C's book as well. I also like Cordia's, but that Revenge book was awesome. So when it's supposedly he's coming out with another one and it's supposed to be even juicier, I will be there. I will be covering it. We'll come up with we'll always say revenge like that, but we'll come up with some new ways to say some of those words. But Tom Bauer nailed it when he said the Harkles' #1 mission is to try and destroy the monarchy. And there is now absolutely no doubt in my mind. There's also no doubt in my mind that the Harkles are secretly funded in support of the mission. Dun, dun, dun. What do you think? Do you think that they're being secretly funded? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I'm dying to know. I never want to cross into tinfoil hat. That's not my style, but I am curious. I wonder. Let me know what you think about that. There are some opinions flying around that that is the case. Let me know. It's like training a dog. You let him eat off the table. He's always going to remember that time and keep trying. That's a very, very astute way of putting it. Really? That's great. Just when the royal ladies. Yep, there you go. Yep, it was burgundy. That's what it was. I think I said berry. Yeah, whatever color it was. After Meghan said that about the color, you can't be wearing the same color as the royals or whatever. And it's like, no, there's a million examples where they did wear the same color. Like, I mean, there's so many times like that where I say, I don't even understand her lies at this point. They're easily proven false. So what is the point of that? Just I think, I mean, just my opinion, it seems to be that she thinks she's the smartest in the room, so nobody will figure it out. I don't know. All right. Let's see. Okay, the clapbacks are coming faster. This is posted by Mickleborough. And what they're showing us here is we went from this on October 1st. It was Prince Harry drags William into the battle against the Daily Mail. And then the next day we had this. Prince Harry had no idea William would be dragged into court case. Okay. All right. I see what you did there. I've heard this as well, that he's trying to claim they had no idea they'd be drug in. Well, unless I have this wrong, and we can invite friend of the show, John Witherspoon, back to explain. But attorneys don't just decide to subpoena somebody. Again, I got my start here on YouTube covering Real Housewives, and that was something. And now, for the life of me, I cannot remember which housewife it was. I believe it was on Dallas. One of the housewives tried to claim, I'm not suing you. My attorney issued that. I believe it was Leanne from Dallas. And everybody, including Andy, said, what are you talking about? Lawyers don't just decide to sue people on your behalf. On your behalf. You have to do this. You must have done this. And she's like, I don't know. Oh my God, that's the worst thing. I mean, that's the dumbest argument I've ever heard. And yet here we have Harry. Again, like the dumbest arguments I've ever heard. Anything involving court, he just gets dumber. I don't think it's possible until he does stuff like that. And I'm like, oh no, it is possible. He's just that stupid. Anyway, the first comment here says, I had no idea an attorney would fail to consult his client exactly before making his case. Try again, hairball. That's right. It's so ridiculous. That's just not how it works. It reminds me, what did he say after? Gosh, it was after, I think, the latest legal law, something like, I'm paraphrasing here, so I'm going to get it wrong, but it was something along the lines of, I wish my attorney had told me the risk. And I'm like, you dumb. That is the dumbest excuse I've ever heard. Of course they told you. Of course they did. That is absolutely ludicrous. Again, Spaceballs, anybody? Ludicrous speed. That is absolutely ludicrous to even try to claim something like that. This exactly, the problem with the Harkles is that they think that everyone else is as stupid as they are. There's no evidence that Prince William needs to instruct his legal team to issue the British equivalent of a cease and desist order. This crap is getting way out of control now. Exactly. Yes, just because Harry's that dumb doesn't mean the rest of the world is. Then again, only the truly dumb think like that. Exactly. It's unbelievable to me. Every time that dude goes to court, it just cracks me up because it's like, is he really? And it's weird. It's weird for me because I don't normally call people dumb. I don't like that. But in this case, I'm sorry, but it just fits. This guy is painfully stupid. I don't know how else to explain it. Painfully stupid. H's legal strategy might involve more than just establishing credibility through Prince William and Princess Catherine's involvement. He could be using the court process as cover to publicly air potentially damaging historical evidence, and all while maintaining the appearance of focusing on his own grievances. Now, there's an interesting thought. So I was marinating on this one and I was wondering, and let me know in the comments. I don't think Harry's bright enough to think like this. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. But I know somebody who is. Could it be church lady? Anybody say no? Could it be Meghan Markle? Maybe. Stranger things have happened, right? Okay, it says, I wouldn't put it past the little weasel. Can we please just start calling him the little weasel from now on? If you want to call him TLW, I'll know who you mean. Or if you just want to call him little weasel or any variation of that, I'm good with it. Again, I don't even like to go there. I don't like to go low. I don't like to call names, but I'm sorry. At this point, he's earned it. Seriously, he's earned it. All right. Lawyers do not take initiative, they take instruction. There is no way the lawyers would be doing anything without his knowledge. He is so repugnant. And they put 100% this. That's true. Exactly. All right. Let's talk this one. As you know, I do like these blind items. If you're not familiar with blind items, basically the way that works is it's treated as gossip. Usually it's the reason they call them blind is because they don't mention specific names in there. You kind of have to read the clues and guess who they're talking about. So we can guess who they're talking about. You have to take it with a grain of salt. I just find them entertaining. So let's take a look at this one. Crazy Days and Nights. That's the name of the poster, the blind item. Suggests that one's wife is still trying with her TV career. She's always late to the party with her ideas. More talented and interesting people have already done it. She brings nothing new to the table. All right, let's take a look and see what they're saying. That is teeny. I can't read that. Let me make that bigger. Okay. The literate one has pitched a travel food show, which was hyped as a parts unknown type show. And yes, she wants to be the star of it. Okay, if you're like, Jen, what's parts unknown? That's the Anthony Bourdain show. Did you ever watch that? That guy had a lot of charisma and he was a very talented chef. So he knew his stuff. And the thing about him, and I didn't watch much of it, but the parts I saw were really entertaining. And I know people absolutely loved watching it. The thing about him as I understand it, is he could honestly fit in anywhere. Upscale, street food, whatever it is, he could just immerse himself. He could speak intelligently about it. He could relate to people. And he was just a charismatic guy to watch and very likable guy to watch. And sometimes not likable, like a firebrand as far as that goes. But still, he's interesting. He's entertaining. I don't think any of those words would be used to describe Markle. Do you? Let me know in the comments, but I just can't even imagine attempting something like that. No one can afford her exhausting demands for attention, from production company to dwindling audience. So that's a hard no. Does anybody else have a visceral reaction? I do this when I want to hide. This is me hiding. Does anybody else have a visceral reaction when you see this picture? I'm pointing the wrong way. When you see this picture, because I do, it just disturbs me to no end. She's just such a brat. Okay, I don't go into details and I'm not going to. I just call, if you're new here, I call her the Gosling. I'm raising a Gosling. She's somewhere in the neighborhood of this age. I don't know. She's probably a little younger, but how do I say this nicely? I would not allow her to make this face. Okay, a kid's job is to test their parents. A parent's job is to correct the children. I mean, I believe me, I'm not, there's stuff that I cave on, but I always say I refuse to raise an a-hole. I refuse. I will not raise an a-hole. This is how you raise an a-hole. I'm not trying to come down on Thomas Markle Jr. I understand he's going through a lot right now, and I wish him well. But I'm saying, in general, when you see this, you correct this. I would not allow this, and I would definitely not allow this on TV. I don't care what's going on. You correct it right then. You fix it. You don't raise an a-hole. That's how my parents raised me. Go ahead, call me an a-hole. But seriously, you don't raise an a-hole. You correct this immediately. Again, I think I'm going to leave that there. There we go. All right, exactly. She needed an 80-member production staff for her cooking show that was filmed right there in Santa Barbara. Such a good point. So imagine the lavish absurdity that would unfold if Shitflix, that's great. Shitflix just kind of broke my brain for a second. I didn't expect that. Shitflix green lights a global travel show. There is no way, and you know where, that they would green light that thing. Nobody can afford it. There's no way. Her demands would be off the hook. Can you imagine what that would be like? It would be unwatchable because she does not have personality to carry any kind of travel show. And can I say now, I have lots of big dreams, but I always say my dream is to be on Taskmaster. Alex, Greg, if you're watching, call me. My other dream has always been, I just think that would be the coolest to host a travel show. Did anybody ever watch Travel Man? I loved it with Richard Ayoade. That is such a good show. If you haven't seen it, go watch Travel Man. So good. But I love how awkward and weird he is. And he shows like some popular places and some not so popular places. And it's just kind of interesting to see. And he just brings a quirkiness to it. I could bring that quirkiness. Give me a travel show. Let's go. Let's do this. I promise you, I could do it on a shoestring budget. I love to travel. So I'm pitching myself right now. My point is there is no way that Meghan could ever have the personality to pull off something like that or be able to do something like that or do it on a budget. No way. All right. MCA says, can you imagine what her expected budget would be? Exactly. The private planes, the 5-star suites, the outfits. Oh my gosh, the staff. Good point. Her entourage, makeup artist, stylist, personal assistant, etc. Wonder if she'll pitch this to Netflix. Pitch away. Pitch away. The only one that seems to really be into her is that Sarandos guy, and I can't make sense out of that at all. I've read your comments. I know what you think. I really can't. I mean, there are theories going around that they're just, what's the word? Appeasing her so that way they can stay nice. So that way, if those two go their separate ways, they'll still be on good terms and maybe get some of the, exclusives there. Maybe there's something to that. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on all this. This was so much fun to cover. I love doing these. Let me know if you want more like this. I haven't done this in a long time where I've done the best of St. Meghan Markle. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for being here. I can't wait to read your comments. Thank you to everybody who's hit why did it just escape my head? I almost said the Yelp. It's not the Yelp. The hype. Goodness gracious. The hype button. Thank you to everybody who hit the hype button. I really appreciate that. Guys, I do want to remind you, I have my second channel. It is Goose Adventures, where I'm detailing my weight loss, what I did, what I ate, how I work out, all that stuff. And again, so this goes up on Saturday. So later Saturday, I'm posting over there my secrets to fall. Fall's my favorite season. So I'm showing like healthy recipes and what to do with when you hit a plateau with weight loss, that sort of thing. So check that out. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for being here. I cannot wait to bring you more stuff like this. Let me know your thoughts on all this. Let me know your thoughts on the look. I love the purple. I just got this. I thought it was super cute. And I'm channeling Catherine today. I'm trying. Nobody's Catherine. Just Catherine. But I'm trying. I just loved her look so much with the curls, and she's so beautiful. Anyway, all right. I'm leaving this here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really sincerely appreciate you all, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. I hope you all have the best day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Hi, how are you guys? Okay, if you're new here, this is the thing I've been doing. We stay tuned to the end, and then we just have a conversation. How is everybody? How's your Saturday going? I'm so glad you're here. In real time, I'm recording this on Friday, and I'm about to try to watch that. I can't remember the name of it. The episode with Prince William that just hit Apple TV. I covered it. Reluctant Traveler with Eugene Levy. I'm like all over the place, but I can't imagine why that would be. No, I can't. I'm gonna try to watch that and maybe react to it on Patreon. And I can definitely let you know my thoughts over here. I'm not just trying to like hoard it for Patreon. It's just the copyright YouTube probably won't let me play it, but Patreon will. So check that out if you're interested. It'll take me a little bit of time to get that up, but I'll get that up over there. In the meantime, if you stayed tuned this long, what should we comment? Okay, so the senior working royals all wore gray because they're brilliant. What color should they all wear next? What do you think? You can do some sort of like inside joke like the gray suits, or you can just pick a color. I'm always partial to blue. Are you shocked? Me neither. So I'd say let's all wear blue. But yeah, let me know if there's a color that you'd like to see them, the senior working royals, wear. I heard Princess Anne wore gray too, but I think that was her visit to the Ukraine. If so, good for you, Princess Anne. I love her so much. All right, leaving this here. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Oh, Harry's so stupid. It's painful, isn't it? So stupid. Oh.